Hi everyone, welcome to AI Crack channel. This is Akash Gangwar and today we'll be studying straight lines lecture 4. So we'll be talking about different formats in which we have to write the equation of lines and let's start that. So basically we'll be talking about 5 different forms of writing the equation of line. But before starting with that, I'll introduce one thing. So for writing a particular equation of line, we need just two things. We need a slope and a point, a known point, not a variable point, a known point. Let's say this is x1 and y1. If we know both of these things in the numerical terms, not in the variable terms, in the numerical terms, if we know both of these things, we can write the equation of any line, right? So this is our main motive before solving any question. Then in that case, you'll not have to remember these point slope format, 2 point format, all these formats. You don't have to remember that. All you need to remember is you need a slope and a point to write down the equation of line. Let's see how. So what is a line basically? Line is a locus of a point with a fixed slope where slope is constant. If a slope is constant, then the locus of a particular point is called as line, right? This is the definition of a line. Now the geometrical condition over here is slope is constant everywhere. So what is slope over here? That is this distance divided by this distance. That would be y minus y1 divided by x minus x1. And let's say the given slope is m, that is equal to m. So this is the basic equation of line, any line. If you have this slope, if you have this x1 and y1, then you have to just write this geometrical condition to find out the equation of line. This is the equation of line. You just cross multiply it and you'll get the equation of line. Okay. Now let's try to understand the first form, that is point slope form. So as the name suggests, we have a point and we have a slope. We have both these things given and we have to write down the equation. So let's say this is our coordinate axis. This is x, this is y, this is our line, this is the given point x1 comma y1, and this is the variable point xy. We used to refer it as h and k. Over here we are referring it as x and y, and the given slope is m. Now what we have to do, we have to write down the standard format y minus y1 divided by x minus x1. Basically we are writing the slope of this line and that is equals to m. So if I try to cross multiply it, I'll get y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. So this you have to remember as the point slope form. Okay, but the basic idea was very clear. You have one point, you have the variable point, and you have the slope, and you can write down any equation of line. That's the main idea. Now the second form is 2 point form. Now again, let's say we have this line and we have this point x1, y1, and we have this point x2, y2. Now the basic thought process should be I need a slope and I need a given point. Let's say x1, y1 or x2, y2, whichever you prefer. So we don't have slope over here, but we have 2 points. So with the help of 2 points, we can actually calculate the slope, right? So in that case, m would be y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So this is our slope. Now we'll use the basic format. Basic format is take a variable point over here, x comma y. Choose any one point, either these 2 points or these 2 points, uh, with whatever you are comfortable with. Basically, with whatever the calculation is easier. So that would give me y minus y1 divided by x minus x1 equals to m. M over here is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So basically we'll be getting y minus y1 equals to m times basically y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 times x minus x1. So this is the 2 point format. But the main idea was m and 1 point, slope and point, right? Now the third form is slope intercept form. Now sometimes what happens is they give the equation in this particular format that this line is cutting the y-axis at at a point which is having the intercept, let's say c, right? So if this intercept is c, it can be negative, it can be positive, depends on the sign, but we'll refer this one as c. So this particular point will have the coordinate as 0 comma c. It can be negative or it can be positive, both ways. Now the given slope is m. Now again the basic format, we have the slope and we have the point, given point 0 comma c, and we have to write down the equation. So take a variable point x comma y and write down the equation. So that would give me y minus c, basically y minus y1 divided by x minus x1. X1 is 0 over here, and that is equals to m. So y minus c equals to mx. So y equals to mx plus c. This is the pretty much you. This is pretty much used everywhere, right? Y equals to mx plus c for writing the straight line. So this comes from this particular format, slope intercept format. Okay. Now let's look at one example. The vertices of PQR are P2, 1, Q this and R this. Find the equation of median through vertex P. So before starting with the question, always have the thought process of having the slope and the point. That's all you need. P, Q, R. So P is 2, 1 over here. Q is minus 2, 3 over here. And R is 1, 6. Now we have to drop a median from here. And what does the median do? It divides the opposite side in the equal parts. So let's say this is S, and this has the coordinates, let's say A comma B. Now we know that A equals to 1 minus 2 divided by 2, basically midpoint theorem, right? That would give me minus half. And similarly B would be 3 plus 6 by 2, that would be 9 by 2, right? So we have got the coordinates of A and B. Now all we need is a slope and a point. Now we have to find out the slope PS. We can find out the slope of PS because we have to find out the equation of median. So we can easily find out the slope of PS with the help of these 2 points. We know the coordinates of P, we know the coordinates of S. So we can find out the slope, and we can use any one point. Let's say we'll use P to find out the equation of line. So let's have this variable point x comma y. So that would give me y minus 1 divided by x minus 2 equals to m times. M over here would be 9 by 2 minus 1 divided by minus 1 by 2 minus 2. So that would give me 7 by 2 divided by minus times 5 by 2. This gets cancelled out. This is 7 by minus 7 by 5. So this would become 5 times y minus 1 equals to minus 7 times x minus 2. Please recheck the calculation when you are watching this video. I've done it quickly. Okay. So this becomes the final equation. Now let's look at this question. Let P, Q, R these 3 points, and we have to find out the equation of angle bisector of angle PQR. Now we do know the equation of angle bisector. We haven't studied yet, but we can study it later. It's actually in the JEE syllabus, but not in the PGDBA syllabus. But there is equation of angle bisector. And by looking at such questions in the examination, people might think that okay, we haven't studied this particular equation in the syllabus of PGDBA, but they have asked. So they might not try to attempt it. But since we have been given very standard points over here, minus 1, 0, 0, 0, 3, 3 root 3, then the first thought process, even after looking the equation of angle bisector, the first thought process should be to plot the points and see what can be done with the given information. So this is our point P, minus 1, 0. This is our point Q, that is 0, 0. And this is our point R, that is 3, 3 root 3. Now this is basically an obtuse triangle, right? Now we have to find out the angle bisector of angle PQR. So let's say this is our angle bisector. Let's say this line is L. Now we know the point. To find out the equation, we need slope. Now what is information being given for the slope? So let's try to drop certain perpendiculars, because I get a feeling that this might give something. 3 and 3, 3 root 3 would give me something. So let's say this is angle theta. So this distance is 3 root 3 and this distance is 3. So if I try to find out tan theta, that would be 3 root 3 divided by 3. That would be root 3. So basically theta would be 60 degree. Now theta is 60. So this angle PQR would be 120. And if this is angle bisector, this angle, let's say this is SQR, that would be 60. So this would be again 60. This is also 60. So this entire angle is 120. So m equals to tan theta. For any line, m equals to tan theta. So here theta is the entire theta, let's call it as phi over here, the entire phi of this particular line L, that would be 120. So that would be tan of 120, which is nothing but minus root 3. Now we have got the slope, we have got the point, that is 0 comma 0. We can find out the equation, right? Now let's talk about the fourth form, that is determinant form. Now if you remember that we kind of use similar kind of formula for concurrency, for the condition of concurrency, for finding out the area of a triangle, right? So basically we derived the concurrency condition with the help of area of triangle only. So over here it's written the same, it's the condition of concurrency only. The only difference is we have the third point as the variable point. So let's say we have x1 y1, we have x2 y2. Now while writing with the help of 2 point format, what do? We assume one point called x comma y, and then we try to find out the slope, and then use this variable point to find out the equation. Similarly over here, what we are doing, we are using the determinant form to find out the area, or the condition of concurrency with the help of these 3 points, including this variable point. So x y1 x1 y1 1 x2 y2 1 equals to 0. Basically area found by these 3 points is 0, so that is why this would give me the equation of line. That is exactly same what we have done in the 2 point form. You'll get the same results. Now let's talk about the intercept form. So let's say we have this coordinate axis, this is x, this is y, and this is, sorry, a comma 0, and this point is 0 comma b. Now if such a format is given, such a kind of format is given, in that case the equation of line is x by a plus y by b equals to 1. This is personally my favorite, that is very easy to plot and easy to remember as well. X by a plus y by b equals to 1. These are the intercepts. Basically these come with the signs. So if a is over here, that would come with a negative sign. If a is over here, that would come with a positive sign. So these are the intercepts and not the absolute numbers, not the distances. These are the intercepts. Okay. So how do we get to this particular equation? So again, let's try to derive it. What do we want? We want slope and a point. So we have 2 points. So point is being taken care of. We have to find out the slope. Now for slope, we'll use the y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So m would be y2 minus y1 divided by x2, 0 minus a. That would be minus b by a, right? So we have got the slope, we have got the point. So let's try to write the equation. Let's assume one variable point x comma y over here. So x minus, let's say, sorry, y minus b divided by x minus 0 equals to minus b by a. So that would give me ay minus ab equals to minus bx. So that would become ay plus bx equals to ab. Now dividing by ab, I'll be getting y by b plus x by a equals to 1. This is what we wanted. So this is the format we have to use for the intercept form, right? Now let's look at this question. The equation of straight line passing through the point 4, 3 and making intercepts on the coordinate axis whose sum is -1. So basically we have to use the intercept form over here. So x by a plus y by b equals to 1, where a and b are the intercepts. Now according to given situation, a plus b equals to -1. So basically a equals to minus b minus 1, right? Also, this point passes through this equation. So 4 by a plus 3 by b equals to 1. So basically that would become 4b plus 3a equals to ab. That if I use this one over here, that would give me 4b plus 3 times minus b minus 1 equals to a times, sorry, b times minus b minus 1. So this would become 4b minus 3b minus 3 equals to minus b square minus b. So this would become b square. So this becomes b over here. So this becomes plus 2b minus 3 equals to 0. So this would become b plus 3 and b minus 1 equals to 0. So we have got the values as b equals to -3 and b equals to 1. And if I try to find out the value of a from here. I'll get for b equals to -3. I'll get a equals to 2. For b equals to 1, I'll get a equals to -2. So with this, you can form two equations with the help of this format. So today's lecture was till here only, and we studied all the forms which are necessary for PGDB examination. And let's meet tomorrow for the next lecture. Thanks for watching.